with real looks. Nobody rap beauty like me. Okay. Look here, look, nobody rap the city like me. Took a 1 to an A, then I came up with 3. Took an A to the deuce, then I came up with G's. Lit an A for that ooh, then I skipped to EBs. What other bitch in the booth who could kick it like me? A Wayne boot, maybe color the weave. Everything that I utter straight butter believe. Okay. The 8th wonder is me. The 9th and the 10th. I'm about $1 with a little B shit. Been hypocrites to holler when the plate innocent. I know I got them straight faking for they friend. Easy breezy bitches just waiting on they win. Champion, lady dame dominant. Niggas know the name, not a fuck acknowledge it.
Yo, listen. Let me lower this. Azealia Banks can rap. She's okay on the mic. Okay, she's all right. Obviously, I've heard better. I've heard a lot better from various rappers, male or female. But Azealia Banks is arguably, I would say, in terms of talent, rapping talent, from the new school, she might be top 10. I think I'd put her in the top 10 in terms of rapping talent. Like her ability to vocalize, to be on beat. You can tell that that's somebody that can rap, right? But here's the problem with Azealia Banks. Well, we all know the problem with Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks refuses to make hip-hop music. And that shit makes no sense to me. So there's two things with Azealia Banks. First of all, she refuses to make hip-hop music. And I don't know why. Because I think if she decided to really make rap, she would murder these niggas. She would murder these niggas. Like, you know, she could murder NICKI, probably. I think she actually has better vocal talent than even Nicki Minaj. In this era. Again, before someone runs in here and is like, you think Azealia Banks is the greatest rapper ever? No, Dick Ryder, I don't think that, okay? I've heard way better than Azealia Banks. I've heard better, whether it be male or even female rappers. But what I am saying is that in terms of the new talent, like the new cats you guys telling me are dope, Azealia Banks actually has some sort of talent. And I can hear it. And it was very obvious, even when she came out with 212. You could tell, like, this is somebody that can sort of rap, right? That Later song, that was actually when I first really heard it. I heard Later and I was like, this girl can kind of rap. Then I was waiting for more hip-hop stuff, and it never came. And it still hasn't come, and it probably never will. But then again, you'll see shit like this where she'll, instead of doing the hip house tracks, which she always does, she'll randomly, in this case, she did a freestyle on Soul Ghetto. And I'm like, Azealia Banks, what are you doing? Like, pick a lane. I guess, well, she has picked her lane, but I'm like, do hip hop. What the fuck? And then Azealia Banks will do this thing where she'll feud on Twitter, she'll make fun of people and clown people, and the shit that she says is actually mad funny. Like, on some real shit. Like, it's actually wild hilarious to me. And I'm surprised that she doesn't put this on wax. It's the weirdest thing to me. Because I'm sitting there going like, what you're saying, it's wild and it's bugged out, but that's hip-hop. It's supposed to be wild. It's supposed to be a little bugged out. Why don't you put this on wax? Why don't you rap this shit? Because the shit that you say on Twitter when you're arguing with motherfuckers is hilarious sometimes, and it's wild, and it would sound way better on record than all these boring-ass, generic, Anna Wintour, you know, Young Rapunzel, whatever, you know, Halston, whatever, you know, Calvin Klein, whatever, you know, generic hip house fucking record that this girl wants to come out with. I mean, who's really listening to this shit? I don't know. I'm not in that community. I get the sense that those who like hip house like Azealia Banks, so maybe she is doing something right. And if so, please ignore what the fuck I'm saying, because obviously you got your lane. And, you know, just because you can rap and just because you're black doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do hip hop. I mean, I think this is one of the biggest problems in modern music, is that black kids feel like they kind of have to do hip hop. But it's like, again, we invented almost all this music that's out here. So there's a lot of lanes for you. You don't have to fucking rap. You don't even have to like rap. That doesn't make you less black or whatever. You can do R&B. You can do rock if you so choose. You can do punk, ska, techno. I don't give a fuck. Like, we're good at a lot of the shit. So I understand and I respect if Azealia Banks wants to do hip house. I'm just saying that I think that the talent is there for her to do rap. And on top of that, she does dip. She kind of plays both sides of the fence, which I don't like. And I think that that's a bit, it's disingenuous, because it's like you'll do the freestyle, and then whenever you're clowning people, you'll clown other black celebrities and black rappers, but you have nothing to say about racist white people, really? Like, I mean, I know she dissed Russell Crowe, I think, at one point, whatever. But it's like, it's just weird to me, the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be not in hip-hop, but you're kind of in hip-hop. And, Kanye shit, right? Kanye shit. So yes, I actually think she should put that shit on wax, because what she was saying is hilarious. And I think she just recently was going in on Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion, saying how Megan Thee Stallion may have shot herself in the foot for for publicity or some shit. Oh my god, man, this rap shit is a joke. But look, listen, it needs to be said. I don't know about the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing. Honestly, I haven't really commented on it because it's TMZ shit and it has nothing to do with rap, really. And Megan Thee Stallion is not somebody that I check for at all. But I do think that whole thing is fucking fugazi, personally. That whole, you're talking about two whack artists to me, personally. Tory Lanez is whack, Megan Thee Stallion is pretty whack. And they're both clout chasey, kind of generic rapper, pop artists who are looking for clout, and I think are trying to redo maybe the Chris Brown Rihanna thing. I don't know. Like, the whole shit is weird to me. Like, it's possible that, Chris Brown shot her in the foot, but it's also possible that, I don't know, that Megan Thee Stallion's out here lying and clout chasing, because I wouldn't be surprised. That's just what the new era is about. The new era is about getting attention by any means, and getting attention by any means with the exception of the fucking music. You know what I mean? Like, it's about everything else. It's about the story, who you are, who co-signs you, but you spend as little time as possible making actual great music. That's the sad part. So it needs to be said, and I wish that, Azealia Banks would be like, look, listen, let me put this on wax, and really spit that hot shit. That's what she should do. Like, it's funny. All those Twitter rants and all that shit, get the pen out, get a crazy beat, and spit that shit. I bet you that shit will last longer than just about any of her music that she's ever made. But hey, you tell me, are you an Azealia Banks fan? Do you fuck with her music at all? Because I don't really know her shit like that, so feel free if you want to put me on to a joint. But everything I've heard from her has been just not my cup of tea. Like, 212 was okay, it was okay. It's not a hip hop record like that, so I'm not out here listening to 212 ever, right? I think the talent's there, but I'm waiting for her to make a hip hop record, like an actual fucking hip hop record. I don't know, man. The new era is questionable in a lot of ways. Anyway, peace. Be good.